Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome. It is week 3 of the Be So Inspired Organize Along. How is your summer going? How are you doing? And how is your organizing going? Just a couple of little housekeeping things. First of all, if you are joining in the Organize Along, make sure that you have signed up for our free newsletter at besoinspired.com when we are giving you weekly blog posts and some fun tutorials coming and just freebies and all kinds of wonderful things to keep you organized and inspired. So please make sure that you have signed up for the Be So Inspired newsletter. Second thing is, if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is where we're posting these videos every week, and you'll get notifications when they come up. It's always on Wednesdays. And also, if you want to share within a community group, you can join the Be So Inspired Facebook group. So it's Be So Inspired /groups/Be So Inspired group. So I'll put all the links also in here as well. But we'd love to have you join in. If you are posting on social media, please do consider using that tagging me with the @ symbol. Be So Inspired, one word, and that way I will for surely not miss your tag. And also you can use a hashtag, so a hashtag organize along with a Z, all the way one word. So wonderful. Great to meet you here. The Organize Along, if you're just new to us, you can always go back and see the last 2 posts and the last 2 videos. We are organizing our creative spaces. So we are taking this time to just slow down a little bit, take inventory and stock of what we have, and make systems in place so that when we are ready to sew again this fall, that we have everything at our fingertips and we know exactly what we have and what we need. So today is week 3, like I said, of the Organize Along, and this is all in the middle. So everything that you can't see in your projects. So quilt batting, stuffing, think stabilizers, think all of the things that you have that you would be putting inside, in between the layers. But I always like to say it's what's inside that counts. And it really is true. So we do need all these different kinds of insides for our projects, because for bags and doll tents and all the different things, we need a really strong stabilizer. For collars on shirts, we need a very soft stabilizer. For our quilts, depending on the loft we need different kinds of battings. For our dolls, we need stuffing and different kinds of stuffing. So there's just so many things, and it can take over your space and get overwhelming because they are usually bulky and, let's be honest, not that easy to store. So I'm not coming to you, let's be truly, full disclosure here, is with any like super genius ideas, but maybe just a little bit of inspiration to help you organize this area of your sewing space. If you are like me and you like to keep all of your scraps from these projects, then you can also have another bin for that. But I'm going to show you what I do with some of mine just to kind of keep them organized. So I have these Ziploc bags, and this way I can sort of see what's inside, and I print these little labels off, and it says, so I can reorder it again, what it is. It says it's tearaway heavyweight, and there's 2 yards in here. So I have little bags like this. If they don't already come, my cutting table is actually 2 dressers. I think I showed it to you at the beginning of the Organize Along. And so on this side of the table, so that side I have all my threads because my long arm is there, my embroidery machine is there, and my sewing machine is here. So I use my threads sort of on that side of the room. But on this side of the cutting table, I have a lot of my things like stabilizers that I might need to cut. I have ribbons here, so I'll be showing that to you in a different week of Organize Along, and a few other things. So I put them all in like bags like this, and they are inside this drawer. But also if they've come already in a bag, then I just keep them in a bag like this. And so, this all is considered in the middle. These are different stabilizers. I love ThermoWeb. This is on a roll in here. And then I also put things like my fabric stiffener in here, or my basting spray, just different things like this, or like my soft and stretch. So I put all the stuff in here that I might need. for in the middle. Now, if you do embroidery machine, or even if you're doing it by hand, you need a lot of like different stabilizers for that as well. And because I do a lot of machine embroidery, if you have anything with a loft to it, or even like if you're embroidering on a wool felt, or especially on a minky or anything, then you'll need a cover on top of it that tears away or washes away so that your stitches come out really beautiful. So I have this wonderful roll, but depending on humidity and air temperature, because it it can get stuck to itself and everything else, I keep it just in a plastic bag, and it's just been fine. So I put that, and I actually put it beside my embroidery machine. Just so you can see, not everything is small and that can fit into a drawer. So I do have a long arm machine, like I said, over here, and under the long arm, I'm lucky enough to have another extra bar that I can put my quilt batting on. So I buy it in rolls, and it's on the roll of the quilt batting, so I can just roll it out and then cut what I need. But inevitably, after every quilt that I do, there's always like a scrap that I have, and so I keep those scraps actually in my basement, but I keep them in a bin, much like this one. And then if I'm doing a mini quilt or a doll quilt or something like that, then I can just, run down and get them, but it's not taking up the space in here that I have. So we're always short on space, and I don't know about you. Tell me in the comments, do you have craft supplies in all the spaces of your house? We always joke because we think like, oh, if we build another closet, mom's just going to use it for like more craft supplies. So, I am very fortunate to have this studio dedicated to it, but, we always fill to the capacity, right, that we have. So, yes. So even if you have a small space, I'm sure you fill the space to the capacity, correct? And then I also use a bin like this for my stuffing, because I stuff a lot of dolls and doll legs and different little fun projects. So I'm getting low in here. I have a much larger bag of stuffing. I have a couple of them actually in our storage closet, again, in the basement. But I keep this up here so it's like easy access for my stuffing. And then because I do a lot of machine embroidery, I have a couple rolls like this of stabilizers, and they are like industrial. So they're quite huge rolls. And so hopefully I won't have to purchase, for a while again, but I do purchase like this because I do so much of that. You can also get things by the roll or by the bolt. And so if they come on a bolt, so I use a lot of Heat and Bond light. And so I just bought myself a bolt so that I have it here, and then I can just easily cut out, and I'm never short, because you never know sometimes when you're in the project what you need. So I have a bolt of that, and I also bought myself a bolt of like a bag stabilizer here so that it just stays on here. And I'm, again, like I said, I'm fortunate enough to have a shelf to put some of these stabilizers here, but I do have, a couple of thin ones, and I have a black one here as well. So, you can put some just like your fabric you do on there. So the thing with stuffing, well, we'll start with stuffing first. The thing with stuffing is that it can actually compress and take up a lot less room. So putting it in a bin like this is not necessarily the most efficient way of using it. Putting it in a bag and then like squeezing the air out of it, and then tying it really tight is, because, you're condensing it, and it doesn't damage the product to do that. Same thing with batting if you don't put a lot of creases in it. So if you buy batting in a package or on a roll, it actually is already compressed into there. And when you release it, you know that it can open up. So it depends on how lofty you like your quilt batting. If you do compress it into like an airtight kind of a bag, you can fluff it up for a couple of minutes, 10 minutes in your dryer, in a cool dryer. I don't know if anybody has done that before, but you can do that if you want it, just to get rid of any crinkles and just give a little bit of that loft back to it. So if you don't have the space and you need to really store things in a tight compressed way, then there's ways that when you are using them that you can sort of give them new life again after that. Also, depending on keeping things on a roll obviously is the most ideal, because there isn't a crease or a seam on it. But if it is on a bolt, or if it is on, if it's folded in those bags that I showed you, if it gets ironed after, then it will automatically, just ease up also. So I would love to know how you store your stabilizers. If you keep all of the scraps from all of this in the middle stuff afterwards and then put them together, do you sew your batting together afterwards? So all those scraps of batting that you have, do you weave them together with zigzag stitches or hand baste them together to use them in a quilt? Or do you just use them for smaller projects and try to make them do that way? So week 3 is all about what is in the middle, and what is in the middle counts. So let's make sure we give a whole week to organizing what is in the middle, and I can't wait to see what you do. It's not the most glamorous to show on social media, but even if you put it in your stories, please do tag me or put it in our Facebook group so we can all get inspired by our wonderful friends and our ways that we use and store what's in the middle. Thank you for joining me for week 3 of the Be So Inspired Organize Along, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Hello, and thank you so much for being here. My name is Jennifer Long from Be So Inspired, and it means so much to me that you are here. Thank you so much for commenting, for joining us every week, and for all the hashtags that you're using, Be So Inspired, all the pattern hashtags, and for always tagging at Be So Inspired. It does mean so much. I'd like to give you a little call to action. So if you're enjoying these and you want to try out a Be So Inspired pattern, all you need to do is come over to the Be So Inspired website, besoinspired.com, and sign up for our free weekly newsletter. And as a gift, I will send you a coupon for your first time in the shop so that you can have a coupon and try out our patterns. If you already know that you love Be So Inspired patterns, be it doll patterns, quilt patterns, do-it-yourself crafts, any of those, we'd invite you to come and join any of our memberships. So we have a dolls, quilts, do-it-yourself crafts, or all the things, and we'll inspire you, we'll teach you, we'll lift you up, and we'll have lots of fun with community and patterns together and lots of creativity. So I hope you can join us over there. Come on over to the site, and I can't wait to get to know you even more, and thank you for being here. Bye for now.